Hey, what's up YouTube? Lionel here again, and I have another video for you. Said I was going to do two before the year was over. For my last video was 5 female fragrances that I think every man should try. And let me know what's on your list on that. Let me know what you think. I got some pretty good comments, some pretty funny comments, so that was pretty nice. Appreciate you guys commenting and interacting with me, sticking with me, even though my schedule is so unbelievably cyclical that it's scary. It's just there's not a lot that I can do about it, And for some reason on my phone, I used to comment on my phone. I don't know if I need an update or whatever, but it's very hard to comment on YouTube. YouTube changed something, and I've just had a very hard time trying to get comments or respond to comments from my phone. I mean, and that's why I'm always with my phone, and it's very hard for me sometimes to get on the computer. So anyway, with that said, here's another list. So my second video is another list. Listen, and I know there's a lot of lists, and it's redundant. It sort of gets beat to death, but I like them. And the reason why is because earlier on, back in like 2007, 2008, when I was just, buying a bottle every couple months, and I was up to about 10 bottles, and that was way more than I ever wanted, I think maybe 8 to 10 bottles, and it was just way more than I ever wanted. Then I stumbled on Fragrantica and Base Notes, and then YouTube. One of the first things I did was, I was just bombarded, my man up in Chicago, Robes, and the guy that was up in Indiana, South Bend, I forgot him. I can't think of anybody's name right now. I'm just having a, my brain isn't connected well today. But anyway, one thing that I would do was I would just email, hey man, what's good for the office? What's good for a night out? What's good for, a romantic night? What's good for church? All these type of questions. Just a bunch of questions. Just, bogging these guys down with all these questions. And then I started to realize, man, once everybody started doing these 10 lists, it helped. And a lot of my collection came from, just people making these lists and me going out and saying, oh, I would have never considered that. Going out, trying it, smelling it, sniffing it, getting samples of it, buying decants of it. And sort of that's what helped me with the foundation of my fragrance. And then as I, started to progress, I liked certain notes and certain things, and, start liking niche fragrances, and, so sort of built my house, with my own perspective. With my foundation is a foundation of a lot of the original reviewers, and just asking them, what was on their top 10 list, or what's good for this, or what's good for that. And I just sort of compiled a list. I had an Excel spreadsheet, and I had a list of things that I really liked. So today I'm going to offer you my top 10 office scents, and here's why. I've been in corporate America since around 2004. Just going up the ranks, promoted from analyst 1, accountant 1 to like senior financial analyst and stuff like that. So anyway, but now my role is I do a lot of presentations. I'm always in offices with people like my CEO, my human resource manager, and my CFO, and so I always work closely with these guys because I'm sort of the next in line as it relates to data, information, processing, ad hoc analysis, that type of stuff. And because of that, I have to be careful on what I wear. A lot of people would wear something like black oud and spray one underneath the shirt or something like that. And I want my fragrances to perform just a little bit better than that. So typically I wear fragrances for the environment that I'm going to be in, the sort of the situation that I find myself in, versus wearing a fragrance that really don't fit the situation. I sort of control with spraying, if you know what I mean. So with that said, I'm going to get right into it, and I'll list these down below. Here are my top 10 fragrances for the office. Now again, these are not in order. I usually don't do order just because I don't know which is best. If you ask me one day what's my favorite fragrance to the next, well, my favorite fragrance is Royal Oud, so that's quite easy. But if you ask me, what's my top 10 fragrances, I don't know. I don't know what my top 10 fragrances are day to day. I mean, I could tell you it's winter, and it'll change. Like if you ask me, even a list I made a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I mean, probably would change just based off of my wearings and different things that's going on. So anyway, enough of the backdrop. So I'm going to get right into it. The first one I'm going to start off is with Scent Story Go Dark. This is sort of a cross of, to me, Fields of Rubus and L'Instant de Guerlain pour Homme Extreme. Sort of a patchouli, you know, fruity, leathery, sweetish. I don't know. I mean, it's just really good. But I mean, it's sort of a fruity, spicy, patchouli type fragrance. Almost seems like it has chocolate undertones to it. There's no chocolate in this fragrance, but it definitely smells like it. And this is from the house of. This is like perfect for the office. It's sweet. It's mature. You know, it's not to be taken real serious yet. It sort of has a professional tone to it. So I like it a lot. So that's Scent Story. The next one comes from the house of Chopard, and this is Noble Cedar, as you can see there. Heavy cap. I think I reviewed this one. Some birch wood in there, some vetiver, some woods, cedar obviously, but this is sort of a vetiverish, woody fragrance with a little bit of birch wood, sort of a leather tone to it. So very nice for the office. The projection is a bit lower on this one. Longevity is fairly good. You probably got to put about 6 sprays on this if you want attention. 4 sprays if you're going to be close encounters. Because again, like I said, I'm in boardrooms and I'm in meetings for sometimes 3-4 hours. We get into pretty good discussions. So anyway, these fragrances work well for that. The next one is a bit on the flirty side, and I would have put La Nuit de L'Homme on this one, but it's just sort of too flirty for me. It's a little too, pinch me on a butt cheekish for me. Midnight in Paris, which I did is split. I bought the big bottle. This is the EDP. I split it with me and as about 3 of us. I think we split the 125 bottle, whatever it was, 40 a piece or something. I think I gave Steven the majority of it and the bottle. I wish I would have kept the bottle. The bottle is just gorgeous. But anyway, this is Midnight in Paris. Sweet leatherish, little bit powdery, but it works well. I like it a lot. Not as flirty as La Nuit, but sort of has a it's a V-neck and suit jacket and maybe some jeans and nice shoes type of fragrance. The next one is something that will be another list I'm going to do, which top 20 fragrances I'm always going to have. Chanel Allure is on that list for sure. And you know about this one, Chanel Allure, perfect for the office. Sweet, spicy, creamy, bunch of that. Dan had this one on his. It is Tom Ford Extreme. Just a gorgeous fragrance. Fruity, spicy. This is sort of, a step down from Chopard Noir, if you've ever smelled Chopard Noir. But Tom could have easily put this in a bottle and sold it at the private blend if it had just a little bit more performance, I think. Longevity on that was sort of spotty. Next one is in my top 10 fragrances, and that's Halston Amber. Man, everybody knows I love amber. And this sort of has a gunpowderish, oudish, sweet, spicy note. It just works well. Longevity is great. Projection is perfect. It always gets compliments for me, especially from mid 40 to older women. They seem to love this fragrance. The next one is the Nun Extreme of L'Instant de Guerlain pour Homme. Perfect for the office. The cocoa note in it, the citruses. The citrus is a lot brighter in this one than the Extreme. It's toned down a bit, not as sweet, not as dense. The volume is sort of turned down on this one. Perfect for boardrooms, perfect for the office, perfect for dinner with the family and meeting the parents, that type of thing. Next is L'Octane from L'Octane, Eau de L'Octane pour Homme. I think someone told me if you drop the E, it becomes masculine, so that's all I know. Spicy, vetiver, woodyish, pepperish fragrance that works well for the office. Eau de Beau is a little more playful. This one is a little more professional, a little more mature. We all know what this one is. I will have a bottle of this one again. I had I've had like 8 decants of this, and that's all I have left in this one. So, Orignal Santal, no need to mention that one much. And finally, La de Issy pour Homme Intense. And again, this one sort of has that gunpowdery note that I find in Halston Amber Man, but the citrus is bright. So this is one of the best intense fragrances I believe that are on the market. Like L'Instant de Guerlain Pour Homme Extreme to L'Instant Pour Homme, and this one to the original is very, very similar. It has the yuzu note on there. It's sweet. It's citrusy, yet it has this spicy, almost sneeze-inducing pepper note in it, and it just works beautifully. Love, love, love this one. This one may be something else that I would probably always have in my collection, because when I don't know what to put on, I go to this one, and it just always works for me. So that's it for me. That's my top 10. I'll put it down below in the list once I upload this video. You guys have a happy, happy New Year. I wish you the best. I wish you great fortunes in the new year. Let's keep the community going. I've been so impressed and blown away by everybody's all of the new reviewers, a lot of the things they're reviewing. And again, I mean, my challenge with you is be yourself. Don't try to be like Mark. Don't try to be like Dan. Just be your own reviewer. Let the people come as they come. I'm up to like 1,200 subscribers. I didn't even know. I've never kept track of my subscribers, so I appreciate all you guys who subscribe, all you guys who interact with me. I have a few, group of guys that always comment and always interact, and I really appreciate you guys. I don't take that lightly. And much love to all you guys out there. Keep it going. Let's keep the community growing. This has been a huge help for me, a huge help for others. And the funny thing is, I even got people from work. I'm like the resident cologne specialist at work, so I'm always getting questions. So God bless you guys. Have a great one.